Hey there, everybody. I'm Bob from Black Arrow Gaming. Welcome back to Age of Wonders 4, carrying on our crusade here against Larissa, and then soon everyone else. I think I got a couple other attacks in the works that I'm kind of trying to get put together here. Also, there's an umbral infestation behind me that's making a little bit of a mess, but I think I'm actually going to ignore it. It's kind of in Larissa's old land, so I don't think I really care. It's more my vassal's problem than anything else, but I thought I'd mention there's like a lot of crap down here. I think, I don't think they will take that. I think they'll probably focus on pillaging things. They usually pillage everything and then go after the city. But we're going to see what happens with that. So it's just a little thing I noticed. But yeah, I got some feedback to go through from you guys before we get started in this episode. Some good stuff that I wanted to mention from Roderick. First off, a reminder that if I need to, and I don't think I need to now, but there is the option. If you need to hurry up the rally of lieges, say I didn't have units at Arcadia and they had another huge attack coming, you do always have the option to muster the lieges here. Now this will reduce the time until the next rally by 3 turns, so it doesn't instantly summon the rally, but you can shave time off this way. I don't know if you can do it multiple times in the row though. I've never actually used this feature, but it is there if you find it helpful. I'm not sure if you can click it multiple times, and I don't really want to just throw money away on it. Well, you know what? I got money for science. Let's just do it once. Okay, so you can do it once. Okay, you can only boost it once. But yeah, that just I've never used it before, but I thought it was worth pointing out because it's possible Arcadia might need the help in the future. So let's jump on to the next thing here. Well, we'll get to these guys in a second, actually. First off, also from Roderick, don't forget the Depository of Defuncts while I'm down here. I did kind of get distracted with all the other stuff that was going on down here, running into the Umbral terrain, running into this orange army and their outpost over there. So I will try to make sure that I get that. Again, what we're trying to do, what we're hoping to get out of here is a unique spell. We will get a unique spell, but we are hoping... Actually, it unlocks the Summoned Progenitor Golem combat spell. I think there's a possibility that you get another spell on top of that. I'm pretty sure that there's a randomized spell you can get from this, or it's a possible reward that you can get a spell that would basically allow me to promote my dragons instantly, or evolve any unit instantly. And now that I look at that, I'm not 100% sure if this is the right wonder, because it specifically says unlocks this spell. But we're going to clear it anyway and see. I intended to annex it to my city regardless, so I guess we'll find out. I was thinking maybe it was a different structure, but I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've gotten one of those spells, those special spells. From Sarah Feingold, since combat casting points resupply in this game between every battle instead of every turn like they did in Age of Wonders 3, it's probably safe to attack Noctis through the portal. Basically, I was kind of trying to get your guys' feedback about whether I should jump through, which place was it? I think it was up here, yeah. Whether I should jump through this portal with these guys and go after Noctis, whether it would be more or less safe to do so, or like reasonably safe to do so. Of course, they have to heal first, but I think I'm planning to do that regardless. And Sarah did bring up a good point in that if I go through the portal and stuff attacks me, they'll attack in waves. Like combat casting points will always refresh. Mana is going to be the thing I could run out of, but combat casting points will refresh every battle. They didn't do that in Age of Wonders, which allows you in this game to be a little more aggressive and kind of get away with it. You just got to watch out for spell jammers. That's one thing that could cause a problem. Now again, this goes up. That portal doesn't go to where I thought it did. Where was it? This one down here that I was... Yeah, that was the one. And it technically empties out into territory that isn't theirs, so there's like actually a spot here to build an outpost if I get to it quickly. And then I could have an annoying little base right in the middle of the entire enemy land that could be a huge distraction for them. So I think that's what I'm planning to do. Also from Sarah, Greater Vigor is in the Defender line. It's second from the bottom center. That is something that I was looking for an upgrade for Lusty, who should be with Dovahkiin out here. And it is right here. I already have it. It was like right below where my mouse was floating around. I was looking for this in the last episode. Couldn't find it. It was right underneath me. So yeah, Lusty's already got greater vigor. That was just me being blind. Auto combat is also from Sarah. Auto combat's throwing away a lot of mana on some fights it doesn't need to. That's a great point. It threw away a lot of mana on a battle that was absolutely a cakewalk. It was like 200 mana, so I need to be more careful about checking that off. Fortunately, that's a habit I've been getting into in my single player game, so I should remember to do that. But yeah, it will throw away mana on spells just willy-nilly. It does not have any restraint. So yeah, it's either do you want the AI to blow as much mana as it can during a battle, or do you want it to not use any at all? And you just kind of have to make that call when you're running an auto combat. And then finally from Chris Lighthawk, grab Tome fragments with my army in the Umbral area. And that is, again, going to be down here. Where are they? Those are Tormented Souls. That's Discarded Chitin. I don't see Tome fragments down here. It's possible Chris saw the Tormented Souls and thought it was the Tome fragments. But if I am mistaken about that, please let me know if you saw some like down here or something. But I'm not seeing anything else. So I feel like this could be another case of me being just totally blind. But I feel like maybe Chris was thinking it was this thing. It's kind of hard to tell what these guys are standing on, to be fair. So another thing from Chris, though, is a couple upgrades we're getting in the Empire Affinity tree. Champ Armor and Guardian Spirit Wolf for the new guy who's got the Shepherd bonus, wants to lead an army of animals. Champ Armor, I already actually got that, and I'm not sure who's wearing it, so I'll have to check. But I do agree that the Spirit Wolf's probably a good idea. It's a Spirit Wolf with Guardian Spirit and Resurgence, which works nicely in auto combat. And it can be summoned in my Throne City, which actually happens to be where that hero is at. And again, I do want to get him an army of animals if I can. So let's flip back down there, pop above ground, and here it is. And that hero should be right around here somewhere. Where was he running around at? Hang on just a second. This guy, I think, is... No, it's this one wearing the bear mask. Oh wait, he's out near Markarth. Okay, the wolf can just hop through the teleporter then and get over here. It's only a tier 3 unit, but it's got Resurgence. It's not a bad unit. And I've got other units that I'm going to try to fill out this army with. Do I have Summon Greater Animal yet? Because if I do, I probably want to start... No, I never did pick that up, but I will. Summon Greater Animal I've found works very well on volcanic terrain because you have a pretty high chance of getting Phoenixes and Nightmares, which are a tier 4 and tier 3 unit respectively. It seems like volcanic terrain is like where you want to be if you want to summon high tier units quickly. So I'm going to try to get some of those. I do have one Phoenix underground already, and I'm sure I've got other animals scattered around that I can use. But I do want to try to get a full army of animals for that guy and have him clear something easy to unlock the Shepherd aspiration, which you do by clearing an army with nothing but a hero and a bunch of animals, clearing something with just a hero and animals. So I want to try to get that Shepherd bonus because it gives pretty good buffs to plant and animal units. Unfortunately not dragons, they don't count as animals, so I have to do it with actual animals. These guys are still kind of patching up. Yeah, I'm going to give them another round of healing, so we'll wait on that. And we can get back into the gameplay here. I've got mostly a lot of people kind of on standby right now. I think I did leave at the end of my last turn. I was pretty much had everyone where I wanted them to be. Those guys are in a triangle, kind of defending, licking their wounds after that last battle. I'm probably going to send these two animals down with that other guy. I think they're really all that's left of my animals after that big battle. We'll split them off now, actually. Start sending them back just to get them in that other guy's army, that new hero's army. That would get him up to 4 animals. I'm going to need one more for him. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next turn. I did notice that... Well, let me go ahead and drop a quick save here in case there's any issues. There we go. I did notice that the dragons that are in my armies out here are very, very close to evolving. They're like 5 XP away, close to evolving. Both of them are 107 and 107. So I'm hopefully after the next big battle they will evolve into full-blown dragons, and then once they do, I think this army will be able to auto-combat pretty much anything they come across, which I'm very much looking forward to because I'm so tired of these guys dying. But I still have a number of other dragons scattered around that having that forced evolution spell would be really, really nice. It would also be handy if I get Summon Greater Animal to get a few better animal units in that guy's army. Because I have that boar and that like hellhound thing heading over his way, but neither of those are super good. I'd like to try to get some tier 4 animals in there if I could, like the big bear, dire bear. I forget what it's called, but there's like a tier 4 grizzly bear. There's the tier 4 spider matriarch. I'd like to get some of those in there with him. Get him a really nice army of powered up animals would be cool. And it would pair well with some of the other bonuses that I've already got, like I guess I've got some... Oh, you know what? I've got Summon Greater Animal in here. I would have locked that had I thought about it. I wonder if I... Can you between turns? No. Dang, I would have locked that. That's annoying. If I'd have noticed that. But if I hop back into the Tome library here and go over here, the other nice thing about having a guy with animals that fits really well is in the Tome of the Goddess of Nature, Force of Nature, which I already have, also benefits animal units. So they're going to do more crit chance, they're going to have more blight damage on their attacks. It's just really, really nice kind of synergy with this build. In fact, Tome of the Goddess of Nature is possibly my favorite tier 5 tome in the game. It's the one I seem to use most often in my off-camera games and games with friends. I almost always default to this one just because of how good Force of Nature is, how many things it pairs with, especially the dragon, plant, and animal synergies. Although I will say that I think the Tome of the Creator is a lot better now than it used to be, now that you can turn units into elementals, because it still has something that Shaper's Touch here gives elementals natural regen 10 hit points and 2 lightning resistance, and affects units of elemental and construct type. That pairs very nicely with the Tome of the Geomancer, which allows you to turn your units into elementals, so there's another synergy there that I think is really cool. Alright, well, I'm going to close that. Actually, I'm just going to reopen that, because I have to select research now. Forest awareness. All forests grant vision on the world map. I don't really care that much about that. It sounds really good, but I can kind of, with the strength of my armies, I should be able to mostly blindly run into whatever I run into. Dang, man, I really wish I would have locked Greater Animal. I don't really want any of these that badly. I guess I'll just take a cheap, quick one. At this point, it actually is probably worth taking something cheap and quick. Just because, yeah, I guess I'll just do a Summon Slither Hatchling. I'm never going to use this, but it's probably the cheapest, quickest spell that I could do. And it just hurries me along towards the next tome a little faster. Totem of the Wild. That gives my scouts faster movement. This spawn, you know, that actually can be good for auto-resolves. I might add that. I think I'm going to add this to my arsenal just for helping with auto-resolves, because I feel like the AI uses those totems decently well. It's just a way for it to spam extra units that get in the other AI's way, which I really like. We're going to immediately start upgrading this to a work camp, just in case we have to have reinforcements pulled out here. And I'm going to go ahead and get that siege started, I think. Okay, good. Karatov did manage to join me before being overrun. I believe my Whispering Stones are all spoken for at this point. One is in Trothcourt, one is in Nidgard. Trothcourt's... Can I not? Okay. Flourishing Vassalage, that's almost done. There, Flourishing Vassalage. Where's the other stone? They're fairly new. Okay. I'll let those two finish off getting to a flourishing vassalage, and I'll swap them over to something else when they do, since they're so close. Alright, are these armies in good enough shape to just head straight in? It looks like they are, so we're just going to get this siege started. And this is Larissa's last stand. No, don't activate Forced March. That would be very bad. I don't want my units to be exhausted. Just find somebody with a little extra movement. Do that. There you go. Start the siege. And we can go ahead and I'm just going to hit them with all the stuff that I like, which is undermine the walls every time. Having holes in the walls is so useful. Burning the battlements is fine because it should create sacred flames. That's good for me. Tower bombardment because why not? And construct onagers because why not? Harass defenders I like, but a lot of times, depending on their army setup, they'll just heal a lot of that off. But I guess it does cause them to waste some of their heals. But I also like construct onagers because it can be helpful in doing a little extra to those annoying towers and taking them out. Alright, then I got a lot of all my extra volunteer units, but it also looks like all that crap I summoned for this city just showed up. Like that army there, that was all stuff that I bought for them. So they are more than capable of defending themselves right now. I'm going to back these guys up to Falkreath. I might even throw them at this infestation down here and see what they can do with it, just to weed out some more extra troops that I don't really need. Cut down on mana upkeep and hopefully take care of a annoying little issue while they're at it. I'm going to take these guys and send them over here. So add those animals to that army. And then again, yeah, like I said, pull these guys back. Where are they? There we go. I would really like to have this one umbral infestation out of Falkreath. It's just kind of an annoying spot. Alright, now I've got this Phoenix here. That also is gonna go up. I'm gonna just leave this army up here for now. And just add more animals to it there. It's almost got a full stack of animals. I need one more. And then I need something easy for them to clear. Something like that. That would be perfect. I could just run in there and kill that. They could almost do it now. But, if I could annex another province, I would just get another animal. And this city will annex another province on the next turn. So I will annex maybe that gold mine on the volcano there and see if I get another nightmare, if I'm really lucky, like a phoenix or something. Also, Town Hall 4 upgrades very close to being done. I will go ahead and hurry production on that because why not? I've got a ton of money. And we'll let it go straight into the mint. That's fine. Now I gotta get rid of that depository of defuncts. Who wants to come with the hero? Not the dragons. They will just die. Probably want another polearm. He's a ranged hero, so he's got archer attacks. We need to protect him. So we'll add another polearm. We will add a bastion, probably, and maybe one avenger for some shock damage. Some way to cancel retaliations and punch through defenders, depending on what I run into. Not sure which one of these I like better. The bastions are probably a better shield unit, but both of them are good. These guys, I have a little more healing and support role, which, well, they're not healing, but they do have a bit of a support role, so I'm going to use this guy, I think. Alright, let's see what we've got here. This is a very safe battle. We're just gonna see. Yeah, one of these cool Heralds of War are in here. You almost never see these units, but they're really cool. I'm just gonna... We'll let the AI cast spells in this one. We'll see how much damage it does to my mana income, though. Unfortunately, you can't see until after you click close. I wish this would show you update your mana instantly. But watch that 518 drops to 318. They spent 200 mana on that battle right there. I wish it showed you that before you clicked accept on the auto resolve, because that might change what I decided to do. Now in this case, I guess I'm fine with that. It's kind of a lot of mana, but it does clear a pretty cool structure. Okay, so yeah, you do get a spell out of here. It's the, in my case, I got Flame Burst Weapons, which is actually very good for me. That's a very nice enchantment. And was one that I wasn't planning to get. That's from the Tome of Devastation, I think, which I was not planning to get. That's the tome that gets you War Breeds. It's a Chaos Tome. I don't even think it's one that I could research. I would have to build up to it with another Chaos Tome. So that's a very good find. It's not what I was looking for necessarily, but I'm not going to complain about that. I could get money. I could reanimate an immobilized Droving Furnace, which is one of those shock units. I don't really care that much about constructs for these guys. What's the Avenger do? It's a tier 3 axe. What does my new warrior guy do? You know what? I think I might take that and give that new warrior guy a shield and a mount. He'll be like a mounted shield sword warrior. I'm gonna take... Oh wait, no. That some of you are probably screaming at your computers. Obviously, I want to take this one. I was, for some reason, in my head thinking I get this one anyway, and then I pick one of these three, but no, I absolutely need to pick that. Oh gosh, I almost did something really stupid there. No better place to do stupid crap than on the internet where everyone can see it, right? Okay, I just got a very, very good spell. We're going to cast that immediately. For anyone who didn't catch it, grants all of these units, all of those different types of units, 20% crit chance, which includes my Pyre Templars, notably. And whenever they kill another unit, the killed unit explodes, dealing 20 fire damage to adjacent enemy units, which the Fire Templars are already dealing damage to some adjacent enemy units anyway because of their sweep attack, so this just like magnifies those effects. And I think if they killed a unit with their arc attack, like off to their left or their right, that would still trigger an explosion. So with Pyre Templars, this is actually kind of an absurd combination. I think that's awesome. Of course, that is going to take another absolute ton of mana upkeep, which means we need to clear out some more of the chaff from our armies, but we'll get to it. I'm going to go ahead and just take these guys out. This should be a pretty easy battle, but we're not going to let the AI cast spells this time. Do I care enough? Yeah, I care enough, because I kind of don't have an easy way to get reinforcements down here, and he was pretty highly evolved, or highly promoted. That's annoying. I don't think they needed to lose anyone here. That was dumb. It's just these Eldritch armies are so powerful and annoying with all their status effects and stuff that the AI just isn't very good at handling them. We're just going to send the Pyre Templars up front and center. We'll get this guy here, so he's a little bit defended. I'm guessing they just did a really stupid charge with those guys, as they love to do. I'm actually surprised for once it wasn't the young dragon that got himself killed. I'm just going to full charge and make sure that the tanky units are up front and the glassy units are protected. See, a human player can full charge intelligently. The AI just full charges blindly. I don't think it really has unit preservation in mind normally. Unless a unit's already very damaged, then sometimes they'll try to save it. Alright. They really went all in on this thing, which is fine, because I can protect it for the most part. Okay, I'm going to try to get you up as far as I can. get an easy kill on him. Yeah, may as well take that thing out. Start sending those guys around the back, and then let's see what we can whittle down here with these archers. Thanks for hitting your pal. Really needed that. I want to clear these guys out so that the Pyre Templars can get all over this guy, is the idea. So, probably should have used their aim, focus aim thing. I wonder if I can move him. He'll take a hit, but if I can... What's the ability these guys have, that radiant slash? Okay, I think that would be good here. If I just take this hit, they will still have movement if I can free them. So I'm going to try to radiant slash with this guy. Oh my gosh. He gets so close, but it's not quite enough. Alright, well, we'll just finish it off with these guys. Or a Devout Radiance would work too. Although I think I'd rather cast something else. Yeah, we'll just use these guys. And then I should be able to get around this guy and surround him. Yep. Alright. Start beating him up. Probably need to pull that dragon out of there. There's enough range here that they could kind of mess him up, and I don't want to lose him. He took enough damage. He took some hits, so we'll back him off and just let him rest. Chill back here, casting Grace and stuff for the rest of the battle. All right, I do want to get that Mage Bane out of here. I just noticed that. Let's do Tracker's Mark on him. We do have Focus Aim. I can make sure that I don't miss. Lead. Go ahead and flank him, cancels retaliation and stuff. So I might try to use that shade to get a kill on him. I'm also probably going to use these archers to try to whittle him down a bit. They're out of range there, so I'll move them here. They actually have a pretty good shot at him, but I'm going to go ahead and mark him anyway just to lower his defense. I don't know that I can kill him. I think I might drop Divine Radiance on him, and we'll see if that's enough. The pikemen here could go attack him if they back out. Did this guy abduct something? That's actually a good question. I don't know if he abducted someone. They've got Tyrant's Mark on him, so I'll worry about... I'm just going to try to kill him, just to get rid of that Tyrant's Mark, if nothing else. I won't be able to on this turn. Unless, maybe, if I... Ooh, you know what? If I damage him with Devout Radiance, which is going to cost more than it normally would, I think the Shade can kill it. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. With a flank, I think the Shade could kill it. It's hard to tell what direction those guys are facing. But if I flank with the Shade, this thing will do a lot of damage to the Shade. I'm not that worried about killing it. Actually, I kind of am. Gosh, if I could just do a little more damage with anything, that would be wonderful. But nobody else is going to be close enough. Everyone else is out of range. Unless you, maybe, if you got there, could you do... No, you don't have any abilities that are that long range. Dang, that's annoying. I want to get rid of Tyrant's Mark is what I'm after here. I guess I'll just send these guys here and defend. And then we'll see what happens. I'll put this guy here. Defense mode, that's fine. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? This archer still had... Please crit. Oh my gosh. Now I can't kill it with that guy. I thought the archer had already moved. Oh, wow, I goofed that one up pretty good, didn't I? And the dragon's out of range, so he can't do anything. Well, I managed to do that in the worst and most inefficient possible way, so we're just going to hope that I don't pay for it. Off to a great start today. At least there's not really any units that are at risk of dying. Actually, that went even better than I thought it would. Okay, now we can mess these guys up. We'll do this big attack just to clear 2 units out. You can freaking die. Okay, he did take over someone. I didn't notice it. Dang abductors. Alright, we'll move up. Shoot you a couple times. Start cutting our way through this. I'm gonna... Which one of you do I want to target? Probably that guy. This one's pretty much screwed here. Do they have decaying? They do. But they won't for long. Okay. I'm gonna drop a heal right in there to top them all off and give them some extra grace. I can also float this guy up here because he can go right over those rocks and start hitting that one. If I can get close enough, I can do a lot of damage to him. I don't think I'll be able to kill him, but ooh, maybe. Hang on. With another Devout Radiance, or whatever it's called, I think I can. Yeah, hang on. Drop that right there. Use him. Okay, and then everybody else can focus on this guy here. Okay, should be able to finish him off with the fairy. There we go. And now it's just one of these guys left, which are way less scary when they're by themselves. We can do a mark, we can do a focus aim, and make sure that we hit. Is there anyone else there that can actually reach that guy? I don't think so. So we'll just end the turn. Oh, you managed to dish out a lot of damage there on that last turn. Okay, well, that's done. Gets me a decent chunk of gold in production. Not bad. And then there's the Tormented Souls down here. I am still going to clear this because it gives a really nice amount of mana. I should get about 400 mana out of that, which I could definitely use. So I am still going to clear it anyway. We can have some of these guys hang out on the cliffs, that's fine. I am going to wait another turn so that those guys can patch up, because we all saw how well they handle the auto combat. Now those guys handled auto combat pretty well. Is this guy an instructor by chance? Is that why I had the dragons with him? He's an imperialist. Alright, well, I might get him the one perk that gives units some passive XP per turn. But I think I probably had him with the dragons because of these, these 2 perks, which give them some extra health and status resistance. That's probably why I had them with him. So I guess I'll put him back with them. Then I want to get these guys kind of stacked up properly. Yeah, we'll put 2 of those guys in there. This is not a great army here. But I do want to keep that fairy with the dragons. I think I kind of want to keep a shield with them too. So I'm going to actually move this Blessed Soul shield guy over there. We'll add an extra pike to this army. I can drop somebody who's not really super good. Probably drop one of the seal bearers. That'll be kind of like an extra unit. Add another Avenger. And I'm going to actually switch one Avenger over to this army. I'm kind of trying to spread out where different types of units are. So do these guys have a ranged unit? They do. Do they have a shield unit? They do. Okay. We're still a little heavy. I'm going to add another range unit there and put an Avenger there. And then these two are going to go with the extras that are going to go help fight that other Umbral Abyss that's just being a general nuisance. So that means back to Falkreath with you guys, if you can make it, which I think you can. Yep. They'll join all those guys for a suicide rush at that last Umbral infestation. Okay, Mass Rejuvenation I do have now, which is nice. Slither Hatchling, don't care. That was just to hurry research along. Karatov lost. Oh, they lost a battle. Okay, I don't care about that. As long as they don't lose their city. Tranquility Pool acquired. Teleporter ruins can be rebuilt. I don't care about that. Do I have all? I have every... I just realized that I have every magic material in the game. So that's nice. I don't really need anything else in this tree at this time. I'm not planning on raising cities. I probably don't need to pillage provinces, but I'll pick that one up if at some point I need to pillage like something other than a teleporter or a spelljammer, since those don't count as negative alignment. Somebody casts... Oh, that was another burden of guilt. I keep forgetting. I gotta check that because they're trying to slow down the advance of my armies. Okay, province is being pillaged. Okay, turn is over. Let us drop another save. I still think it's kind of cool that I have this stone outpost here, this stone wall outpost, because that is technically not something that you can get anymore. This is officially a relic of the past. As far as I know, there is no way to build stone walls and outposts. I do kind of think it would be cool, though, if that was still like a Materium Empire affinity thing that allowed you to make outposts with stone walls. I still think there's kind of a niche purpose for that. It'd be cool if Materium could benefit from that. Although it would maybe kind of make, since the outpost bonus that they get is like the first thing that they unlock, that might be a little too powerful for that early in the game. To have outposts that would basically be a 3-turn siege early in the game. But I don't know. I feel like it'd be cool if that was in there somewhere. Just to give Materium something to help them kind of live that extra fortification dream that the Materium tomes are typically known for. Actually, it's not so much Materium, I guess. It's more the industrious culture. They can get their cities up to, I think, 50 defense, and I think 60 in their capital. With stone walls, which gets you up to... The stone walls get you up to 30? I don't know. I can't... There's the stone walls. There's the 10 that the capital gets, because the capital just has more defense. Let me look at Riften down here. Riften's at 40. And that's with stone walls. So there's something else. I know the industrious culture gets the bastion battlements, which adds another 10 fortification health. I think that's specific to industrious once you get a certain town hall level. So that would get it up to 50. But I swear I got one of mine up to 60. I think that was the highest you can get it now. I just don't remember how I did it. Ah, gosh, I don't know what else I did to do that. Must have been something from a tome or something. I kind of went down. I was sort of doing a chaos Materium build for that one. So I would assume it was something in the Materium line. I just don't remember what it was. Hey, did they just clear? Oh, no. Sometimes when you pan the camera a certain distance, it looks like the infestation goes away. You can see the nighttime, daytime meme there. But yeah, it kind of disappears. They're down there still, being annoying. Unfortunately, most of these Eldritch horrors are going to have to wait until after Dovahkiin has conquered the world, because Oathsworn Spirit Dragon, or whatever he is, he ain't got time for that. Dovahkiin's busy. He's got bigger fish to fry. Or in my case, I guess, frogs to fry. Poor Anura. Still hanging out down here. Oh, that's just sad. They've been down there for like... Probably at this point it's been almost half the game. They've been just stuck down there. Prey of an Elder Dragon. What do I want? I don't need draft. I'm not really building new units right now. I don't really need food that badly. I don't need production that badly. I think we just take Imperium here. Yeah, just take Imperium. I want to build up a nice, healthy surplus of that. Plus, there are some things towards the end of certain lines that I'm going to want. Not necessarily this one. I mean, maybe, but I find this one... I kind of think this one comes along a little late to be super useful, because you've probably already built a lot of your province improvements by then, unless I guess you have a lot of Imperium, then you'd get it faster. Or a lot of Materium affinity, then I guess you'd get it faster. I only have 3, to be fair, so I'm kind of getting to it late anyway. But this one, that is so good. Unfortunately, it's going to be another 48 turns until I reach that. Although the next tome I take might be a Materium tome just to hurry this along, because the last 2 in here are both very, very good. Unit upkeep being reduced by 10% per rank the unit has, that's huge. And, of course, resourceful vigor, helping my armies regenerate faster. That is kind of the one weakness of this build, is that it's so focused around army regeneration, but this is very helpful in keeping your army's health topped off. And you just don't have enough Materium to unlock it really fast. So I think that probably taking a Materium tome next, after I'm done with with this set of tome upgrades, is probably for the best. Alright, let's see what the damage is. Another 136. This is going to put me in the red for mana, but I don't care. We're getting flame burst weapons. Heck yeah. Alright. That feels good. Now I am in the red, but we're going to fix that. Because we're going to go to war with more Eldritch monsters. Okay, let's see. You got space for 2 there. Why not just hop in with those armies? And we'll see how far these guys can get without any real backup. I did notice that Markarth's borders expanded this turn. So we're going to grab this, and we'll keep whatever animal comes out of it. We'll just take, I guess, another mine. And we got another tier 3. Okay, cool. That is perfect. And then with these guys, I should be able to run out here and kill those units and get him the shepherd upgrade. Make sure... Yeah, those are all animals. Okay. This is a safe battle. We're not going to allow spell use in this. In fact, I can't really afford to allow spells in any auto combats right now. Deathbringer's Hand, Umbral Malady immunity. Okay, cool. Another Umbral Malady immunity item. I guess I'll give it to... Actually, he's already got one, although that one that I just got is better. I did just finish another one of the Umbral Healing Crystal item things that I was making. Kind of want to make sure those are going to my best armies. That's one's army maintenance cost reduced, but I think I'm going to swap that for the healing one. Although, ooh, that maintenance cost, though, is probably keeping my mana in check right now. Let's see. Void crystals. Okay, we'll see. I'm sure that maintenance one will go to somebody else. They're on the front line. I want them to have the healing one. Okay. I'm going to confirm that. That's going to drop my mana a little bit. Yeah, that's significantly less mana per turn. But I think my whole front line has... he's not on the front line, but he's got it. Dovahkiin's got one for army recuperation. Lusty should have one. Okay, so my entire main attack force has increased healing, which is mostly what I was worried about right now. Vado Sternblade has... Army maintenance is reduced. That's probably fine for now, at least as long as my mana is so tight. You could use something a little better. I think this Dawnbringer's Hand gives him a slight improvement. It's not much. But I think I'll probably give him the reduced army maintenance one once I can reassign it to him. That'll be another turn, if I remember to do that. We got Conjure Animal there. We got Halo of Necron there. Okay. So he's good. I guess that sort of begs the question of what do we do next? I've got Umbra Malady on everybody now, and I don't know if it's worth it to continue to make more of those. One thing I was wondering is where the... You know what, if I turn this guy into... Hang on, what do I want to do with this guy? I think I still want to make him like a shield warrior, because shields are kind of few and far between for me. Now, I did get a decent axe for him, or I got the Shillelagh of Fiend Slaying. It's Frenzy, Distracted, Keen Edge, Condemned, and Fiend Slayer. It's kind of cool. I also got that Sundering Axe, but I don't know. I thought it was a tier 3. Maybe it wasn't. But I could give him that Shillelagh of Fiend Slaying, and then I could give him... okay, I thought that was one of my Aegis shields, but it's not. I might make another one of those shields for him, because warriors don't normally get defensive masters. There's no way you can get it for them other than by equipping them with one of those shields. So I might make another one of those shields. Those are... Defensive masters is just really, really good, and it'll help with his army's survivability. I kind of need him to be a bit more of a defender, so we'll make another one of these for that warrior. It's probably a very long backlog of other items that I could make, but he should have just completed his major ambition, I think. Yep, win combat with only plant animal units on your side. Great. So now all these guys are going to have... All these animals are going to have less hit points and less unit upkeep. That less unit upkeep is pretty big. It's saving me a lot of money right now. Although I still need to... Oh wait, no, we're not going to go to war with our allies. What are you doing? That is really annoying. I really wish that you could walk over allied structures. I guess I get why you can't end your turn on them, kind of. Even then, I still don't think it should matter, but... especially, like, walking over them. Or maybe you actually can, and it's just pathing on that road there. I'm not really sure. But I find myself oftentimes accidentally almost triggering a war with an ally because I've stepped on something that I shouldn't have. And it's like, no, I'm not trying to attack you, buddy. Chill out. Okay. Gosh, there's just another nasty emerald. Now, I don't know what to do with these guys now. Because, like, they're down here. Markarth, next time it grows, I need to get this added to it. I need to remember that. I took the animal right now because that was more useful, but on its next growth, I need to get that Depository of Defuncts in there. Do I take these guys and try to go take out an Umbra? I don't think this army can do it. I don't think they're up for that. I think... But also, like, I don't know what else to have them go do. Like, they could keep fighting stuff down here and try to get XP for those dragons, but I feel like I'm just going to waste more time on them than... You know what? I've got a teleporter down here. I can get these armies back down here quickly if I need them to get down here. I'm going to try to find something more useful for them to go do. As for what that is, I really have no idea. I probably want to start attacking the enemy with these guys, but I want to do it from somewhere relatively safe-ish. And I don't know where that would be. Unless there's another wonder or something that I can go clear out. They could do that. But I think I've cleared out most of what I want. You know, I could send them... I could send them over here to help deal with this. Because that's just an umbral nest. It's a lot less scary. Just in case these guys aren't capable of pulling it off. They could also go to Arcadia and start pushing on Flintwall. That actually, I think I would like that. I think I would rather have them go assist Arcadia and push from that direction. And then use extra leftovers to defend that outpost down there, if there is anything left over after they go after that Umbral Nest. So, and then I could put this guy with them too. Alright, I think I'm kind of getting an idea for what I want to do here. For now, we'll go back to Falkreath with all of these guys. Keep losing track of where this cave is. There it is. Alright. You're good for now. You guys are healed up enough, at least, so let's take this out. Oh, forgot to build another sanctuary expansion. Well, silly me. That's actually kind of annoying because I wanted to move them down closer to that tunnel, but now I won't be able to. I'll need to heal after this probably. Can't afford spells right now. Can we just get an auto here, please? Okay, there we go. Thank you. Okay, there's a nice chunk of mana that helps make up for my current expenses. And we're just gonna kind of leave all these guys right on the edge of that borders. Again, I should have expanded the sanctuary outpost borders on the last turn. Okay, who leveled up? A mage. It was the mage that was with these guys. This is good. We can get more magic damage. In fact, we're going to take this, take Master of Nature for more army HP, and then just take that and get him the extra range on his magic attacks. This guy is an absolute death machine now, and I love it. This guy, my gosh, he is dangerous. He's so dangerous. One of my friends really likes to get, he was talking to me about this, and I thought it was a really good idea. Virgil, if you're watching, congratulations, you're famous. It says the guy with only like 4,000 subscribers. If you put duelist on mages, because of how much damage output they have and the extra range you can get both from the orb and from that upgrade that I just picked, these guys can absolutely snipe enemy heroes out of existence easily, like with a snap of their fingers. They're the duelist is a very powerful combination with mages, and I think with archers as well. Really, either of the high damaged ranged output classes are excellent. Very good with duelist, and on higher difficulties, you run into a lot of them. Run into a lot of heroes worth taking out. So, very good idea. We'll try to keep that in mind moving forward. I think having a dedicated hero killer is probably pretty good. Okay, we got another incoming army from these guys who are just being an absolute menace. You know what? They're coming from, they could come from any direction. Gosh, I don't know. They come from which portal is kind of close to me. Probably this one is probably where they'll show up. Thinking maybe I do repair that teleporter and then send an army to go deal with them. I don't know. I would like to get another army together for clearing out some of the umbral stuff that's still sending stuff at me, but I don't know if it's worth it at this point in the game. I think bull rushing the enemies might be the better idea. Plus, I really, really want to wrap this series up. I've been fine-tuning my build for the next series with the new Giant King stuff, and I really can't wait to show it off. I think it's really a ton of fun. I wanted to do something really cool and thematic, but also that was very effective, and I think I succeeded in coming up with something that was kind of both, and I hope people like. I can't stop playing it myself. I've played so much Age of Wonders since Giants Kings came out, like a disgusting amount over the last 2 weeks, and I've had an absolute blast with it. I can't stop coming up with new build ideas, both for Giants and without Giants. I think adding more and more tomes to the game, just increasing the variety of the things you can do, opens up a lot of really cool new ideas, and there's just so many things that I want to try now. I still haven't even gotten around to the necromancer builds. I've done almost nothing, either off camera or on camera, with like necromancer Whiteborn based builds, which I think could be cool. I don't typically play necromancer / summoner roles in most video games, so that was one of them that interested me the least. Excuse me, but I have an idea for it in Age of Wonders that I think could be both funny and fun. But that's going to be for probably distant future series once I'm actually caught up on trying to keep pace with DLC releases, which is almost impossible with how often they're coming out. It's a Paradox game now, so there'll be a lot of them. Which normally I would complain about, and yeah, it kind of is a lot of money, but it's like, it's the one Paradox game that I actually buy them for. I play Crusader Kings 3 a lot. Well, I used to play it a lot. I haven't played it as much recently, mostly because I can't afford to keep up with the DLCs on 2 Paradox games at once. But for this game, though, I think the DLCs have been top-notch quality. I think Age of Wonders 4 is receiving a lot of very good support, and I think the DLCs have been absolutely worth it. So I've been having a blast with it anyway. Maybe a little bit too much considering my playtime hours over the last couple weeks. It's been a lot. I got other games I need to beat too, but Age of Wonders keeps... My brother's been on me about playing Elden Ring. He wants me to get Elden Ring and get it modded so that we can play it together. And I think I'd like to, but I have such a backlog of other games, and I can barely keep up with this one. Gosh, is it okay to admit on the internet that I haven't played Elden Ring yet? Am I going to get in trouble for that? Dang. I might get in trouble for that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud. Alright, Independents taking their turns. We should be back up soon. I guess it's one more turn until I can finish off Larissa. Can't wait until she's out of the picture, because then Dovahkiin's army just goes straight west. And, by that point, those last 2 dragons should be evolved. Unfortunately, they're going to hold out in their capital, so I got to wait one more turn for this siege to finish, but once it's over, it's over. Okay. So I wasn't taking into account that I do have this extra army now, and they can go help someone somewhere. So I think I'm going to send them back to Falkreath. We're just going to gather some troops here at the moment. Ripton produced tower crypts. Oh, we produced the crypts in the wizard tower. That actually is probably getting me a lot of... It's not as much income as I thought. Discipline. What do I want in Riften? Anything that's like a special province improvement, probably. That. Let's see, what's that get? Bonuses from quarries? Where are all my quarries? I kind of need this spot to make good use of that, I think. How about the monastery? I feel like there's probably a reason I haven't bought these things. Is the monastery farms? I think it's farms. Per adjacent farm. More city stability, more draft. There's not... I don't really have good places for this stuff. We'll just not worry about them right now. We'll take the, Ripton's at max city stability already. 87. Where does that cut off? Yeah. We'll go ahead and get Paragon quarters so as Riften continues to grow. It remains really, really dang happy. We are working on a sacred meadow. Guess that's a thing. Alright, well, in the spirit of... Wait, where am I getting all this extra mana from? It's fluctuating so wildly between turns. It doesn't matter. I need to clear some of these guys out. If they die, they can be replaced with better units. You guys can't quite make it in... Oh, that could be a problem. Well... They're going to get cleared out faster than I thought. You know what? We will just... build a road. Yeah, build a road. That's what you do here. Okay. Build a road right over there. There we go. I remembered. That right there. That's personal growth. Does anyone float or fly here that can reach up to those mountains and get those guys? I don't think they do. Well, good luck to you guys. You'll probably get swarmed by Umbral Demons in a turn or two, but rest assured that if you all die, the important people will come in and deal with the leftovers. I'm just going to leave these guys. Actually, we're going to move these guys over here just in case support is needed, because they can make it back to that teleporter in a single turn if they need to. What I'm probably going to do is kind of work this guy's army in with this group, just leaving the animals there. And, oh, you know what? I could give him his army Entwined Protectors. They're plants, so they'd benefit from his Shepherd bonus. I should do that. Oh, holy crap. Hello, Noctis. Jeez. Okay. Was not expecting this kind of, grouping down here. Oh, I thought that was one of the tier 4 bears. You're only a tier 2. Darn. Well, I guess, I'm just going to disenchant this guy. I don't think these guys evolve. It seems weird that they don't. Like, why does the tier 2 spider evolve into the tier 4 spider, but the tier 2 brown bear doesn't evolve into the tier 4 brown bear? I don't know. But it doesn't, so we're going to get rid of it. Okay. Well, Noctis does have a weakness in formation here that I think we will take advantage of. We'll use the floaty dragon to do this so that I don't use extra movement going down the cliff. I will allow the use of spells in this one. I've got enough mana at the moment. And if it means taking out 2 of his hero stacks, I'm good with that. Lost a Blessed Soul. I don't think I'm going to retry that. Wait, no, I do, because again, this is not an army that can be reinforced easily. And I need these guys to push. Because this is, if I take out this many of Noctis's troops here, they should be able to freely move up and get a teleporter set up on the surface. So I want them to push, and I don't want them to lose anything. So we are going to do this one ourselves. Which I'm okay with. We're actually fighting the AI now. There are going to be some battles like this. I think Dovahkiin's army is the only one that has really a free pass to auto-combat everything. Like, I expect, once those 2 dragons are evolved, that they should auto everything with no deaths. But these guys don't quite have that luxury. They're not quite that powerful. Alright, that Living Fog, it kind of needs to go quickly. They tend to be a problem. I'm going to move my mage into position where on the next turn he can hit them pretty hard. And surround him. Preferably with you. Actually, you know what? We're not going to surround him. Because if he triggers Insanity, I don't want units standing right next to this guy, except for one behind him with a shield. The dragon can stay back. That dragon can stay mostly back. Gonna kind of form a wall around Living Fog guy. I've learned to take them seriously, just because Insanity can cause so many problems if it triggers. Alright, this seems like a good front line for the moment. The mage is going to take some ranged hits, but that's okay. I don't think anyone can get in melee range of that mage. Okay, that guy just secured his own demise. Okay. I think I'm going to use the mage to mostly wear this guy down, because melee attackers have a chance of going nuts when they attack him. I am going to need a little help from the archers and other ranged units, so we're going to soften him up as much as we can. In fact, probably both archers are going to do... How close can you get? You can get pretty close. What's your crit chance? 40? We'll see if we land a crit. We did. Okay, the archer can finish... That archer can finish it just fine. Alright, then I've got the freedom to use this archer, probably to soften up that battle mage in the back, and a cursed trickster. I hate those things. Now it's going to do its split, but I think I can still kill it. If I do Devout Radiance, will that... Oh, it's so close. I want to hit the hero with it. And you know what? I don't think I have any range to quite finish it off. It's right there, but just can't quite get it. Alright, instead we'll move up. We'll do this. I don't think Noctis has a lot of spirit protection or zeal or anything like that, so these guys should burn. We're going to be tanky here on this combat round. Just defend, play patient. I'll save his fire attack for now. You stand in the holy fire. You stand by for a possible charge attack. Same with the shade. The dragon can actually, I'll probably have him throw a stack of grace down here on everybody. The shield guy, he's kind of screwed. He's surrounded. We're gonna... He's hard to hit, though, for some reason. I'm gonna trackers mark him. Try to soften him up. I think 70 is okay. I'll take that. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have these guys sprint so we can move here. Do his big attack on both of them. And this guy can move here. Swipe at both of them. Just reposition everyone a little bit down there. Try to get kills here. And lower morale. There we go. Perfect. Okay, yeah, go ahead and reign in prosperity before I forget to do that. That'll help everyone tank a few hits here, and then I'll be able to punch that much harder next turn. You can defend, you can defend. Who else has movement? The dragon, you stay back. See, if I was the AI, what I would do with this dragon right now is run up here and tail swipe to kill that thing. But I am not the AI, so we're going to leave the dragon on defense. And that is how they keep dying. I can... You know what? I'm okay to go ahead and attack with him, I think. He doesn't need to defend. We can dish out some damage there. Should be able to do a massive lightning evocation with that sorcerer on the next round of combat and just take out a ton of stuff over there. Nice retaliations. Good, good, good. Yep, they're holding ground very well up there. Love it. And that big attack probably mostly got absorbed by Grace. I think, was that the repeating... What was that? That giant attack? That didn't come from that hero. Maybe that was a spell. Could be. I am fighting an AI. Alright, lightning evocation on its own isn't going to kill, but check this out. You just use channel power, and then lightning evocation kills 3 things. Or, well, 2. Comes dang close to killing 3. If I crit, it'll kill 3. Holy crap, that was a huge hit. Alright. I like to see that. Then what I do is I attack hero with shield, and then attack ground with pikemen. And he kills both of those. You can do that attack ground if you're not aware by holding down Alt and targeting a tile. Since they do a sweeping arc attack, I was able to ensure they struck 3 times and hit both units. Let's move you up. Soften these guys up. I would like to try to punch through so the pikemen can get at units in the back. The dragon can probably... Let's see who the dragon can target. Pretty much anybody he wants to, really. You know what? I'm going to hit this AoE there and just take out that Accursed Trickster. Now a lot of them are routing. This is Noctis, so this is an AI. I don't want them to rout. I want to kill as much of this stuff as I can so that it doesn't come back for free. So we're going to keep pushing and try to, you know, and here's another area where doing an arc attack is better because it keeps these guys facing this direction. Well, okay, there's a rock there, so they couldn't have gotten flanked anyway, but if there wasn't a rock here, it would have prevented that hero from flanking them. Now, those units are routing anyway, so it doesn't matter. We'll just charge him down. Just leave none alive at this point. Yeah, I'll just have to hope that I get lucky with some of these attacks. The odds of hitting are quite terrible for some reason. Oh, they're blinded, that's why. Let's just vow a purification, get rid of some of his negative status effects. And I might start dropping Devout Radiance on some units that look like they might get away. I would love to get to those units in the back. I think those two might actually successfully get away. This is where having the dragon come out and kill some stuff is probably a good idea. I just need to punch through there. Alright, let's have you get through. Do a little bit of damage with those archers and not much else they can do. These guys don't have a very good odds. I don't want to take a 50-50 and hit my own guys. Actually, you know what? I'll chance it. Even if I graze. Okay, good. That gives the shield enough to kill that. And then these pikes can come through and kill that. And the dragon can come flying through and try to chase down those stragglers. I don't think I'll get them. I think those two are going to get away. But I should be able to stop everyone else from getting out of this alive. So we're going to go ahead and Devout Radiance these guys. I might have a better spell to slow them down, actually, now that I think about it. Do I? Or is it a different game I'm thinking of? I have so many Active Age of Wonders games right now that I can't keep track of what I'm doing in all of them. Alright, we're going to end turn. It's you two's lucky day there. And no, we don't want to do that. I definitely want to try to get that hero if I can. Oh gosh, sprint is just not enough to get there. Dang, I think that hero's going to get away. Unless I can do something real creative here. And my mage is the one unit that might be able to reach it into something. They got Hindering Blizzard. That'll slow. That should be enough for my... Oh, crap. No. It won't, because it takes 3 to use. And my mage doesn't have quick phase or anything like that. I've got Devouring Spell, but that doesn't slow him down. If anything that can slow in here. Not that. Totem of the Wild maybe could be used to get units in his way and try to slow him down. That just makes him blind, so that doesn't help. None of those other things help. I think a Totem of the Wild just to get in his way. If I get lucky, I get a spider, and then that spider can slow him down. What I want to do is find a tile like that where there's no slowing terrain, and we'll see if maybe, just maybe, we can get a spider. I'm going to sprint to cover a little extra distance with this guy. I may as well kill him with that guy. We can keen sight, true strike, damage him with the archers. And just soften him up with other units as much as I can in the hopes that whatever spawns out of that will be enough to slow him down. Everybody get that guy. He's running for his dear life. The mage actually might be able to do enough damage to kill him now that I think about it, because he's not gonna... I think he's dead. Yeah, I think he's dead. Even without that animal, he won't make it, because the mage is way faster and does a ton of damage. I thought I had to sneeze there for a second. Now it's gone. Okay. I hate that. I'm not going to bother with anybody else. I don't want to waste time here, so we'll just end the turn. Why did he suddenly stop? Did he get immobilized somehow? I'm not sure why he stopped there. Well, just to add insult to injury, we're going to kill him with a tier 1 boar. Is that everybody? Where's the last guy? Oh, you're running this way. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, nice crit. Don't have to waste a spell on you. Okay, took out all of them. Actually, I didn't look at the after battle report. Did I get them all? I'm not sure. Got a tier 4 great axe, deadly staff. I mean, I guess I'll take this stuff for now. I'll just disenchant it if I need to later. Now, who do I attack next? They got a Dread Reaper in one of these stacks, dang. And no matter who I attack, it's going to pull in the best that they've got, so... Guess I'll move down here. And we'll come from this angle. This is mostly tier 1s. I think we should be okay here. I'll try an auto. Yeah, we're fine. Absolutely fine. And now it's just these poor fools left. I'm not going to cast spells in this fight. They might kill that fairy, though, which would be super annoying. Unless the fairy is smart enough to heal itself. It looks like it was, so we're good. And, good. Noctis's... one of his armies just got the crap beaten out of him. Now our units are all in position to move up and set up a little outpost. Now that Noctis's army is gone, it makes it a lot safer to go up and take that outpost. Okay, we are back to whatever tomes we want at this point. We're now in our kind of flex tome segment. I do stand by, I think I want to grab a Materium tome. So we're going to try to find one that fits well with our build. And it has to be tier 3 or down, because we don't have enough Materium for any of these yet. So, what do I want? I could go with Tome of Winds, get a little extra range on my archers, but they don't really have the accuracy to benefit from it, so I don't think I'm going to do that. Probably one of these tier 3s. Dreadnoughts. Okay, notable things about this. I like warding metals, but it's really only good on shield units and constructs, and I don't have a lot of either of those. This is very powerful with some shield-focused builds, or construct-focused builds, because it makes up for, especially constructs, it kind of helps make up for that shock weakness that they have. But it is not good for me here. Terramancy gives me leyline focus. That's actually new, I think. not really anything in here that I particularly want. Transmutation, this one actually does have some fairly useful stuff. I can get steel skin, which I like. There's a little lightning weakness there, but I don't really have to worry about lightning because no one went heavy into astral. So I think this is a pretty reasonable choice. Larissa's on her last legs. She's the only one who went heavy into astral. So I shouldn't have to worry about lightning from anyone else. This also gets me a transmuter. I probably won't honestly use them very much. Adaptive armor is good. That pairs with my pikes. Yeah, I think this is the way to go. And a decent spell for Sundering Defense, but mostly for adaptive armor and steel skin. I think I want this. And again, part of the reason I'm picking this is just to get that extra Materium to get to some of those late game Empire affinity upgrades that I really want. The Transmutation Circle also should throw out. It's just really nice to have. It's a magic material of your choice. Can't complain about that. Alright, this bumps me up to 5 affinity. That should be enough to fast track some of the other stuff there. We'll take steel skin first. Adaptive armor is going to cost upkeep, so we'll wait until later, but I will lock that. Steel skin at least doesn't cost upkeep, so that's nice. Alright, Whiterun is kind of just building stuff at this point because I can. Although I can build the Transmutation Circle now, I probably should go ahead and do that to get another magic material. What are we missing? Well, I've got 5 Silver Tongue Fruits, so we don't need that. We've got 3 of each of the magic ones. We don't need any of those. Probably going to be one of the underground ones. Accuracy, range, retaliation, redirecting damage. Probably the focus crystals, I think. Yeah, I'll get another focus crystal. Where am I going to put this thing? It benefits from, or it doesn't benefit from anything. It just counts as a mine and replicates the effects of a magic material. I've got 5 farms in this city, only 2 quarries, 3 foresters. I got a lot of... I definitely don't want to replace a mana node. I'll probably replace that farm there. I don't think I really need that. We'll build it out here. And we will take focus crystals. Thank you. Go ahead and get palisade walls out here and take my teleporter, which I think would fit nicely right here. Oh wait, I still have that thing up. There we go. Cool. Got a crow. I don't even care enough to keep this for exploration purposes. I think we can just get rid of that. Yeah, I'm not spending 10 gold and 25 mana per turn to keep this crow alive. No. I've gone a little overboard with enchantments in this one, but it's okay. I'm having fun with it. This city could use another farm. It's actually a little low on the farm side of things, so we'll just take another one there for continued growth. You're still not worth keeping around, buddy. Sorry. Just disenchanting tier 3 units at this point. I would repair this teleporter, but that umbral nest is just gonna, or umbral dwelling is gonna keep attacking it. So we're not gonna worry about it. I think part of the reason I am getting a little more mana is because I keep adding more heroes to my crypt. City income, lost tomb, catacombs. Okay, never mind. That's making very little difference. Okay, we got captured people. Whispering Stone has returned. Okay, I need to keep giving those out to First Landing. You know what? Sure, I don't know who needs them, but I know First Landing does need one, so I'm just going to be randomly assigning those to people as they become available. Okay. Consecrating Firestorm. Should I have that prepped? Not with the way my mana's looking right now. I want to keep some on hand. Again, my mana is fluctuating so wildly. Like, I didn't even really get anyone killed, and it went up by like 100 between last turn and this turn, so I don't know what's going on there. But once some of those tier 1 units that I've had since the beginning of the game get kind of cleared out, it should drop off quite a bit. Or pick up by quite a bit, I guess. I suppose I might also be finishing structures in some cities that are helping with it. I did get a bunch of those Shrines of Prosperity up recently, I think, so that might also be helping. Wait, Sanctuary Outpost is under siege. Which one? Who's sieging my sanctuaries? What gives? It's not that one. It's not either of those. It's not that one. Noctis, what are you doing, bud? That is the one that's over to the west, I think. Yeah. Down here by Winterhold. I guess that is another... Oh, I wouldn't have expected Noctis to come through there. That's a weird route for him to take. Huh. You know, coming up here, that did remind me, though, of another path that my... Well, now my Archer's army is probably going to go deal with Noctis over there. But it does remind me that I did kind of want to go after Dawn Watch with somebody, because they've been just a nuisance all game, and they're in a strategically useful situation in this mountain pass between me and Yellow and kind of near where Noctis is, so I think taking them out would be nice. And it's just a city-state, so Archer's army should be able to handle that just fine. But they're probably going to have to detour to go deal with Noctis. That's fine. I was looking for something for them to do. Although he might turn around at some point. Okay, I kind of knew these guys would get attacked. Do we want to allow them spells, or do we just want to wish them the best of luck and be on our way? I think we just wish them the best of luck. Holy crap, wow. This stack's better than some of my... It still took out 2 of the Umbral Tyrants. Barely took any damage. These guys are better than some of my best armies, and they're a bunch of tier 1s. They're just legendary ranks, so... I mean, that's probably why they're doing so good, but... I can't kill these guys off. This is just like the A-team here. They're the OG Argonians. Most of them are, actually. They're all those tier 1s. Starry-Eyed Enlightenment. Okay, basically, I'm just getting... Oh my gosh. 1,772 research per turn. Okay, well, I'm getting that, but so is the AI, so I'll try to make use of it. I don't know which path goes to the Umbral Nest down here. I know these are technically handcrafted regions that kind of can get flipped in different directions. I've seen them upside down and sideways before, so I should kind of know where the Umbral Nests are. Okay, it's over here. We're just going to throw everybody right at this thing. We'll worry about cleaning up down here later. No spells for you. You guys got this. Okay, we lost a polearm. We're fine with that. There's another Godbreaker. Jeez. Do I actually need any of the stuff in here? I don't think I'm going to use any of this. I already have a copy of that Godbreaker, so we're just going to disenchant all that, so it's not cluttering my stuff up. And I'm going to... Oh, I need a hero to build a sanctuary outpost down here. We'll get to that later. For now, I guess we'll grab that mana and run. There's probably other stuff I could clear down here. There's haste berries. Do I need haste berries? No, I don't need haste berries, because I'm already making those shields with defensive masters, and that takes 3, so I have enough haste berries. I think I just need to build the sanctuary outpost so I can get the resource income. Well, congratulations, guys. You didn't all die. here I was thinking I was going to free up a bunch of mana income. What a shame. The A team just won't die. Alright, well, I could just send my archer's army down there, and yeah, it's probably worth doing, just sending my archer's army down there, or at least the archer himself, because he can move quicker. We'll just have him fly down here real quick. I just need to get him onto that tile, or onto that territory, like right there. There we go. And I can build an outpost and then send him back. I'll just have his buddies wait for him here. Actually, they can't afford to wait for him. He's going to have to catch up because we need to get down to deal with Noctis at that other teleporter and start pinning him in. I'm attacking him, so he's attacking me elsewhere, trying to cause a distraction. But unfortunately for him, I have enough soldiers that it doesn't really matter. I'm going to start dropping some units out and consolidating really the best of the best into really good armies here. So we're going to take... Yeah, I'm not really built for range. So I'm going to drop some of these units. I'm going to keep all of these animals because he's getting them special benefits. Move these guys back this way. We want the dragons. His bonus doesn't apply to dragons, does it, Shepherd? Animal, plant, and elemental units. So no, he doesn't give any bonuses to dragons, unfortunately. So we'll add the dragons to this army, I guess. They have a shield. They've got some good guard units. The Avenger, they don't really need, but that's okay. I'm going to send him down. We want the Spring Fairy for sure. They're a great healer. This guy goes down here. This plant guy, I'm going to replace the boar, I think. Or no, I'm going to replace one of these hellhounds with the shield plant dude. Because he actually will do better in that army than any of my others. And basically what I'm trying to do is get a 3-stack here put together of very powerful units. So that they can actually go do something useful. I think that's looking good for now. Yeah, I think that looks good for now. We'll send these guys all through the teleporter, and the archer will catch up. And I'll have these guys as kind of like an extra stack on standby. They actually, these guys might need to go help the armies that are down there in case there's anything else to clear out or guard against. But yeah, as for the rest of these guys, we're going to go back through the teleporter and head out this direction and start cutting off Noctis before that becomes a problem. A lot of teleporting around to swap flies at the moment. There's just so many connections through the Umbral Realm. I think the next game I play, I might actually do the lesser subdued Umbral Realm because I feel like the Umbral guys in this game just took up such a huge amount of the focus away from actually just fighting enemies. And I kind of don't want that to happen in my next game. But I still like the Umbral Realm. I like having it around. I think it's interesting. I just think the dwellings are a bit much, unless you really want a game that's almost dedicated to fighting them. That being said, though, I also am going to turn the world threat level down on the next one to give the AI a better chance to grow and get strong, so I'm not fighting independence all game. So it's possible that I might end up going overboard with that, but we'll see. Where are we at on Markarth here? This city, I don't know if it's quite ready to specialize in something yet. It would benefit from Shade Network, and I am getting that extra double research right now, so I guess I'll grab that. Doesn't hurt. Focus crystals acquired. Great, that was from Whiterun. Province is pillaged by your vassal city. That's cool. Did they take out an Umbral Nest down there? Or? Oh, wait, no. Never mind. That was one of Larissa's things that they pillaged. Okay. What do I want? Do I want anything from here? There's an exemplar, British Evokers. Basically, I need stuff of Argonians. I don't know that I really want any of this stuff. I think I might just... you know what? I want the fairies. I want summer fairies, specifically. Spring fairies are good, too. We're gonna recruit at least a summer fairy to one of my cities. I guess we'll just send it to Riften. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet, but I've got teleporters everywhere. And probably another Blessed Soul. I found these guys are nice to have around. Although I think the plant shield guys that I have now might actually be better, because I have that guy, the bonus damage that they get from Goddess of Nature book. I don't know. I think maybe I don't really want to buy anything else from here. The Righteous Judge is cool. Are you an animal unit? I don't think this counts as an animal. It's mythic, magic origin, large target. Yeah, it's not animal, it's celestial. Alright, I don't really have any particular use for you. I think the Summer Fairy is a good buy, but I'm trying to shave off mana upkeep per turn right now, so I can build up a decent surplus, so I'm going to wait for now. Walls have been breached, so it looks like we get to take Larissa out. I'm going to drop a quick save, because this has been a long term, and I don't want the game to crash. And I think I'm just going to... I should be able to auto this, unless the dragons die. But there's a specific army I want to attack with. That's the one. So I want to attack with this army specifically. Ooh, or do I want to do that and go after the 5 stack? No, I want to hit the 4 stack with the hero, I guess. I want to attack with this army specifically because it'll position those dragons in the center of the battlefield. And I feel like they have a better chance of surviving in the center than they do on the edges. But odds are they'll die anyway, and I'll have to do this myself. We definitely do want to allow spells in this fight. This one could take a minute to process. Come on, guys, you can do it. No dragon deaths, because those dragons will evolve after this fight. Yes! Okay. Awesome. I now have... Finally, don't have to babysit those dragons, at least those dragons anymore. What do we get out of this? We got... Ooh, that's a nice weapon. Chaos Eater can freeze? Interesting. Also has Construct Slayer. That's a little less... Actually, that could be useful against orange. Tier 2... we got a Wand with Hindering Blizzard. Those are often useful. And that would be good, but... You know, I'm going to take that. There's some stuff in there that could be handy. Where is my new hero? The new guy, animal guy. I think... No, I don't have a shield ready for you yet, so we'll get that on the next turn. I am sure that Blizzard Wand could go on someone, though. My guys are pretty loaded with extra items. I don't think anyone even has a free slot. I like Lusty's casting point bonus, although, am I getting one of those from Dovahkiin? Nope, Lusty's the one providing that. Okay, that's fine. Someone else with... See, he's got the Hindering Blizzard Wand already, so... I guess I could give it to this guy. I mean... Conjure Animal is actually not bad on him, but I think... You know what? I need to get him one of those Summon Spider Matriarch Wands. That would be really good for him. Also, he could do with the Umbra Ward crystals that reduce army maintenance, I think would be better than what he's currently holding, so we'll do that for him to further cut back on mana upkeep. We're now at 219 positive. Every little change we make now affects the economy quite drastically. So what was I thinking? Yeah, after that Aegis Shield, I'm going to get him another one of those Matriarch Spider ones, I think. Okay, back to what we were doing. First off, I want to split those dragons up. We want one in each army because they do provide healing. So Dovahkiin's army has 3 polearms and a shield. These guys' army has 2 polearms, an Avenger, an Archer, and a Fairy. They're maybe a little on the weaker side. And that one's got 2 polearms. As long as each army has 2 polearms, I think we're good. I'm going to take a range unit away from this army. We'll take the Archer out of there and add a dragon. I think that's how I want to switch this. Yeah. I think that's how I want to switch this. We'll take the Archer out. I'm trying to do this without using a lot of movement. Come on. I can't see in there. There's so much crap on screen. Okay, you stand there. Actually, you know what? Just we'll sort this all out after this fight. We don't need to let the AI cast spells here. Larissa can't cast spells back. She's quite dead. And by quite dead, I mean really quite dead. We have secured our first kill. Goodbye, Larissa. What shall we do? I think throwing a parade sounds lovely. Yeah, we'll take the Imperium. Although we're still really doing fine with Imperium. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. We're doing all right. It's not 27 turns until Resourceful Vigor. I think I'll keep taking some Materium tomes and try to get that quicker. Okay, now let's figure out... Well, first let's vassalize the city. And now let's figure out who's going with who. So again, I'm taking this Archer out. I'm adding one of those dragons in with these guys. And then I'm going like that. There we go. That's the setup I want. Because that's a defender. Larissa's a defender, so they take care of the shield rolls. And then I have a shield with Dovahkiin's army. Yeah, that's a good army distribution. And, ooh, can we make it over there and just go straight into a siege of that city? Not quite. We cannot quite make it. Okay, in that case... What I'm going to do is get the armies that need healing down there. I just need to make sure they can both reach it, because this is technically my territory here. So I can move into these little spots. Dovahkiin's army is actually doing fine. So I'll probably just go stand here. And maybe I can draw the city-state into sending some army to defend their borders if they go after Dovahkiin's stack. And then we'll just smoke them and heal anyway. Alright. More heroes to add to the collection. Remains of everyone have been... You know, I'm just going to right-click through all that. We know what that's going to say. Handle war with Larissa's remaining city. I don't know. Do we want to make peace with them? I guess we'll make peace. Yeah, I'm just going to make peace. Because, except for... them. Hang on. Is that the one that I'm going after next? Because that one I could siege down and take real quick. You know what? We're going to remain at war. I probably should have remained at war with the other one because I'm going to be crashing right through their domain. Oh, wait. This was one of her other cities. That's the one. You know what? I actually do want to make peace with these guys. I don't... Okay, well, fine. We'll do it with them later. I was going to take this one because it's like right here, but these two up here are kind of out of the way and I don't really care about them. But now that I think about it, I'm going to come crashing right through there anyway. Although, given where Orange is, I think I'm going to actually swing south. Yeah, I'll swing south around that mountain range because Orange has got stuff over there that I would like to get rid of. Okay, so production for Falkreath. You've got, I don't know, probably another transmutation circle. I'm not really sure what I want here. Sacred Meadow gets bonuses for conduits. There's probably some good synergies here, but I don't know if I really want to put a lot of time into thinking about it. I'll probably just keep dumping money in like defensive upgrades and stuff, mostly because I'm just too lazy to worry about it right now. If Whiterun grows again, I'll take another look at their adjacency bonuses and see if I can figure something out. Sorry, not Whiterun, Falkreath. Whiterun is what we're looking at now, and this one pretty much does have everything. I can get more draft for adjacent farms, but I don't really need it because I'm not building units. So the Wyvernary does give knowledge, though, and that is useful. Again, wait until they grow, maybe, and then circle back around to it. And then I think we're good. With Larissa being out of the picture, that should at least help the turns to process faster. It's one less AI that has to do anything. Not that she had a lot she could do anyway. Next up for Dovahkiin is orange, and then for my other armies is blue, and then we'll have the combined forces of everyone to go after yellow. And so I think I will wrap this one up here. I think taking Larissa's out is a good stopping point. And in the next episode, we will full rush both orange and blue and try to knock them out of the game. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I don't know that we'll actually kill orange and blue in the next episode, but we'll see how far we get. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will try to wrap this one up as soon as I can so that we can get on to some of the new Giant Kings content. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next episode. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Blitz, Dawson Horner, Devin Larson, Jimbro, Roderick, and Sarah Feingold. Thanks so much, everybody.